everyone, and welcome to Homestead Tessie. Come on in, it's cold outside. Everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Cheat Meal Monday. Today, I'm making dinner for my whole family. While it's not going to be quite so cheap, I think you will enjoy this very special edition. Throughout my video today, you're going to see some of my heirlooms that I use, and I only get these out a few times a year when I have my family for a big meal. So the first thing we're going to use is my grandma's savory roaster. This has been handed down through the generations, and it makes roast so nice. And what we're having as our meat today is ham loaf. We eat very little ham here on the homestead, and this is a special treat for us. We get this only a few times a year. This ham loaf was made locally by a butcher that has been a childhood friend of mine. And so we like to get this for something special. My family always looks forward to it. It's not cheap at all, but it's a family tradition. And so I have 4 of these. While you may think that is a lot of food for 10 people, it's going to serve us for lunch, and of course we will have lots of leftovers. And that's always a special treat when you have leftovers after a big meal for the week ahead. So I'm going to put all these ham loaves in, and then we'll get it in the oven. So we have the ham loaf in the roaster, and about halfway through cooking I am going to put a special glaze on top of it. And it consists of brown sugar and a little water, and we put it on the top, and then we will take the cover off about 20 minutes before it's finished to brown it. So we got the meat is all ready to go in our heirloom roaster. And there we go, and it's set for 2 hours. Now let's get on to our vegetables. Before my hubby peeled all of the potatoes. This is 10 pounds of potatoes. And we are going to cook these till they're soft, and then I'm going to mash them, and then we will put them in the Instapot on warm to keep them on warm until it's time to eat. What I like to do is try to prepare everything as much as I possibly can ahead of time, because that way it's not so much stress when people start arriving. So we have some dishes that we need to clean, and we want to have the kitchen in top shape. That way there's not so much to do afterwards. While the camera is close up, I'm going to share with you, this is the time when I bring out my antique bowls. And here is one of the bowls that I have. That was my grandma's. Another bowl that I have that was my grandma's. And then this one here as well that the pickles go in. So I'm going to share with you everything that I do today. And I'm even going to have a little bit of footage of my family and how when they all sit up to eat. So I really think that this is going to be an extra fun video. So we want to have the water just so it's covering the potatoes. We have about 1 inch to go yet. This is a large stock pot, and I really enjoy it. It was my mother's, and so she gave it to me many years ago when she no longer was going to be cooking. So we're going to finish this up. All right. So let's get the potatoes on the stove. I always have to heat my water up when I wash my dishes. So we're going to get the water heated up. And as you can see, I have some really nice running water today. So while the potatoes and the ham loaf is cooking, I thought maybe you just wanted to see a little bit of my family room. Now I know you've seen other pictures before, but I thought, hey, maybe some of you are new to my channel and wanted to see my living space. So here we go. This is just, I rearranged everything the other week. So if things look different to you, it's because I changed things around. Sorry about all the glare. I have a lot of windows in my little homestead. And there you go. We had to move the big chair out in the open here because of the big table. So there you go, and my big sunny window, and it's cloudy today. That just shows how much light comes in. And there's my table and chairs. My table is an heirloom table that is very old, and it was handed down. Pretty much everything in my home, it was handed down. All of the antiques that you see in my home, they are family heirlooms. Every single one of them. I didn't buy any antiques. The rocking chair, I spent many months on that rocking chair when I was pregnant. It was my grandma's. And then I can show you up here what I'm going to be working on this week. This here is where I house all of my heirlooms. And I have to clean it out and work on it. So this is going to be a big job for me. I don't have a lot of heirlooms, but what I do have is all in here. And I'm really excited to get this cleaned out and get it looking a lot better. It's been 7 years since I cleaned this china cupboard out. And there, of course, is lots of photos. I have lots of photos from my husband's family. Not so much from my family, because my family were very plain and they didn't believe in taking pictures. So there you go. You got a little tour. It's just basically one big room with a cathedral ceiling. And that's the whole room. I don't think I ever did a 360 like this. So that's the whole room. All right, well, I'll get back to you when the potatoes are ready to mash. So we're down to 30 minutes. The gravy is ready to be heated. The succotash, which is lima beans and corn, are cooking. The potatoes are almost ready to mash. And then I'll put them in the Instapot on warm. I'm hoping that will keep them warm. And the stuffing I'm ready to make. So we're down to the last 30 minutes. Everything is moving along nicely. And I will start mashing these potatoes. Hopefully they're done. One thing about my gas stove is it takes forever to boil. But once it gets hot, it gets really hot. But right now I'm running a lot of the gas, and so it's a hard time to keep up with everything. So my potatoes are taking a little longer than